Our country and our state are more divided than ever. We're divided by politics, geography, race, and income. Trust in each other and public institutions is waning. Only 31% of Americans say that most people can be trusted. And in many cases, we find ourselves having trouble even talking to each other. We need to find a way to do something about that.
North Carolina has never been a state where everybody agreed. It's been a state where people have been arguing with each other, tussling with each other, eyeing each other warily for centuries. One of the reasons why we have a lack of sufficient civil dialogue, civil discourse, is that we don't have enough in common. We don't read the same things, we don't watch the same things, we don't listen to the same things. And in some ways that's positive. It's great to have a lot of different sources of news and sources of opinion. But when we cocoon ourselves into little pockets where only things that we already agree with will be presented to us on a daily basis, it makes it hard to have anything enough in common, whether it's facts or priorities, to have a conversation.
This lack of dialogue is an important factor in another disturbing trend, that North Carolinians are becoming increasingly disconnected from the places they live. Civic engagement, defined broadly as participation in one's community, has declined in our state and the broader United States in recent history. What does it mean to be engaged? How can we create more engaged citizens?
They are concerned about what's happening in their community. They are concerned about what's happening in their schools, with their children. They're concerned about what's happening with seniors. They're concerned about what's happening with their environment. And only the ways to impact that is to be involved, to voice their concerns, and usually doing it with others is more impactful than doing it by yourself and standing up and screaming. It just adds a whole lot more power to it.
Of course, being engaged doesn't have one definition. It can mean getting involved in your local religious community, voting in elections, helping out a neighbor, and being active in a nearby school or with any group that cares about and works on issues that you care about. With so many opportunities to engage, why are North Carolinians feeling more divided than ever? It's tough to build a community when we can't talk and don't trust each other.
So the more civic engagement we can foster in the sense of people going past just voting, past just interacting online, towards face-to-face engagement with each other, that would probably help to foster a more constructive dialogue across political difference. We should always be open to the idea that there's information we don't have, that other people have different assumptions, and that based upon new information and different assumptions, we might change our minds.
Civic engagement is all about relationships. To bridge the divides racially and politically across the state, it really takes relationships. It really takes people willing to talk to one another and not be right, but be willing to engage in trying to understand your or someone else's point of view.